Imagine waking up naturally, exactly when your body feels rested. No alarms, no schedules, no place you are forced to be. You simply sit up, stretch, and decide how to spend your day. For roughly 300,000 years, amounting to 99% of human history, this was not a dream. It was just an average morning. Contrast that with today. The average modern human spends roughly 90,000 hours working, which consumes about 1/3 of our waking lives. Yet, for the vast majority of our existence, the concept of a job did not exist. There were no bosses, no hourly wages, no employment contracts, and no corporate ladders. So what exactly did our ancestors do all day? The concrete answers began emerging in 1963, when archaeologist Richard Lee conducted a groundbreaking study in Botswana. He analyzed the daily routines of the Doju Hansi people, one of the last remaining groups living a pre-agricultural lifestyle. What he discovered shattered previous assumptions. Adults spent only about 2.5 days per week, roughly 17 hours in total, securing food. The entire rest of their time belonged completely to them. Anthropologists soon discovered that this was not an isolated case. No matter the continent or environment, the numbers matched: the Hadza, Tanzania; the Ak, Paraguay; the Martu, Australia. Every single one of these distinct groups spent only 15 to 20 hours a week on survival. Today, you likely work at least double that amount. You might wonder if modern hunter-gatherers truly reflect ancient prehistoric populations. The answer is written in human bones. When archaeologists compare the skeletons of ancient hunter-gatherers to early agricultural societies, the health decline is unmistakable. The early farmers were shorter. Their spines showed arthritis from repetitive work. Their teeth were destroyed by cavities from grain-heavy diets, and they died at a younger age. Conversely, prehistoric skeletons reveal taller, stronger individuals with healthier teeth and significantly less joint damage. Their bodies prove they were doing less grueling, repetitive labor, not more. If prehistoric life was a desperate, non-stop struggle for survival, art could not exist. Yet the archaeological record is filled with evidence of leisure. Chauvet Cave, France, 30,000 years ago. Explorers found masterfully rendered paintings of horses, lions, and rhinoceros. These used advanced perspective, shading, and movement. This sophisticated work demanded hours, perhaps days, of focused effort deep inside a cave by firelight, done purely for beauty and meaning. Blombos Cave, South Africa, 100,000 years ago. Archaeologists discovered tiny shell beads with precisely drilled holes, meant for jewelry. The nearest coast was 20 kilometers away, meaning someone walked a 40-kilometer round trip just to collect materials to look good. Germany, 40,000 years ago. Researchers unearthed a flute carved from a vulture bone, featuring 5 perfectly spaced finger holes. The maker understood pitch, music, and instrument crafting. Across Europe, Asia, and Africa, prehistoric sites are filled with overly elaborate tools and decorative objects that offered no survival benefit, proving that humans have always prioritized creating and decorating when food was secure. What did a full day actually look like? Morning. You wake at dawn. Last night's fire is revived with fresh wood. You eat a relaxed, social breakfast of leftover meat, fish, berries, or nuts gathered previously. People talk and loosely chat about the day. Around mid-morning, a small group might leave to hunt or gather. But not every day. If a previous hunt was successful, you stay in camp. You might sharpen a spear, weave a basket, or soften an animal hide. This isn't stressful work. It is a clock-free pursuit of craftsmanship because competence earns respect. The hunt. When hunting does happen, it is a test of endurance. Humans are persistence hunters. Lacking claws or extreme speed, we track prey at a steady jog for hours, utilizing our unique ability to sweat and regulate body temperature until the animal overheats and collapses. After a 3 to 6 hour process, the meat is brought back, butchered, and shared. Afternoon. By early afternoon, productive labor is over. The rest of the day is spent resting, playing with children, napping, carving designs, making jewelry, and grooming each other to reinforce social bonds. Anthropologist James Sussman noted that Zhuangzi adults spend about 6 hours a day purely in social time. In a world without money or police, your survival depends entirely on whether people like you enough to share food, making social bonds a critical investment. Night. At sunset, the community gathers around the fire. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner analyzed hundreds of hours of recorded conversations among the Zhuangzi and found a stark contrast. Daytime talk was practical, but 81% of nighttime conversation consisted of storytelling, myths, jokes, and adventures. This firelight environment is where human culture, religion, and philosophy were born. The sleep pattern. Sleep was not a single 8-hour block. Historical and scientific data shows that before artificial light, humans slept in 2 distinct phases. A first sleep of about 4 hours, a 1 to 2 hour wakeful period of quiet reflection in the dark, and a second 4-hour sleep. The agricultural trap. This lifestyle persisted until roughly 10,000 years ago, when humans in the Fertile Crescent began planting seeds and domesticating animals. Agriculture was a trap. Farming allowed communities to feed more people, but more people required more food, which demanded even more farming. Within generations, populations boomed, and humans could no longer return to hunting and gathering. There were too many mouths to feed. Farming chained humanity to relentless labor, plowing, weeding, harvesting, storing, and defending property. As societies grew, specialized roles emerged: potters, soldiers, priests, administrators, eventually leading to the invention of employment and the idea that your time belongs to someone else. Conclusion. The modern trade-off today: we work 90,000 hours, sleep in a single block, and view waking up at 2 a.m. as a medical problem called insomnia. We spend our lives chasing artificial metrics of success, wealth, and status. Our ancestors woke up already free, already complete, with absolutely nothing to prove. They did not need to achieve success. They were already living the exact peaceful lifestyle that modern humans spend their entire working lives trying to secure for retirement. We only make art today if we can squeeze it in after our jobs. They made art because they had time, and because that is what makes us human. We ultimately traded our freedom for food security, our leisure for population growth, and our time for productivity.